You get the remote control because I've got it on the television. We are live, but there's a slight delay. I don't know, 8 to 10 seconds or something like that.
I can see 73 waiting. That's all right until you get at the moment.
So once it comes on, just turn the sound down. Once we've established we have sound.
73 waiting. Got it. And that is sound.
Brilliant. Okay, not the sound up. And we should be live. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hello from sunny southern Spain, stroke Gibraltar.
And it's been lovely and sunny today, hasn't it?
It has been fabulous today. We've been out. I've been doing all kinds today. I've been gardening, well, watering the plants, shooting, flying. I was in El Paso in Texas this morning on my flight simulator in VR. Never been there before. Didn't realise it was right on the Mexican border. But
is Texas quite flat?
Texas is enormous. It's bigger than Spain, actually.
That's not
Spain is huge. Is it flat? Well, I've only flown around El Paso, and El Paso's got a few mountains.
Only because there was a joke on that Sheldon thing that it's quite a flat state.
I don't know. That's the answer to that. I really don't know, but I'm going to head off. This is my anyone who's interested in my flight simulator, which I know one or two of you are. I'm going up to Yosemite National Park, and I'm going to work my way up through the fabulous mountains there.
Oh, well, there you go. There's mountains.
Right the way up to British Columbia, because they are the best mountains I've seen for low flying, as long as you've got a fast jet. In the world, they're better than the Himalayas. The Himalayas are just different. Okay.
Is that where they've got the faces, Yosemite?
I think it is, yeah. It starts just
they're incredible.
West of Vegas.
When I was a kid, I thought that was a natural thing.
Yes.
I thought, God had made these faces in the rock.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
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 Thank you all for joining us.
Foxy's on. Oh, Foxy. By the way, I hear Foxy's going to be on live with Trevor Cole.
Oh, that I want to see.
Very soon. And coming up in the new. So we're going to look forward to that, Foxy. Yes, we are definitely going to look forward to that. And maybe after that, maybe you could do a live with us at some point. I don't know.
We'd be honoured.
And your hits will go up.
Right, let's have a look.
Right. What else was I going to say? Oh, my watch arrived. Do you remember I broke my watch? Well, my new watch arrived, and guess what? It doesn't have a bezel. It looks like it has a bezel, but Timex ripped me off. They said it has a bezel, and it doesn't. It's part of the case. It doesn't revolve.
Mount Rushmore, right? Yeah.
Mount Rushmore. That's the one with the president's faces and that, isn't it? There's a particular mountain called El Capitan. That's where all the base jumpers go to lob off, and they just fall thousands of feet and then pop their parachutes. It was Yosemite National Park. There was loads of videos of it in days gone by. Never been there, of course. Never base jumped either. Something I was bordering on at one time, but
it really is quite a miracle, isn't it, Mount Rushmore? Just a miracle.
Yeah,
I saw a TV show where they were looking to put another face on. I can't remember which one it was, whether it was one of the presidents or an inventor or something, and they were looking at the shape of an existing rock and how they could do it.
Seeing if they could
Don't know if they came to the conclusion that they could or not.
They were going to do Margaret Thatcher's face in Cheddar Gorge, weren't they, at one time?
Were they?
Yes, but Labour Party complained.
Isn't it a bit chalky? Wouldn't it wear away?
I don't know.
Don't know. Or sandstone down that way.
That's just what I heard. I don't think there's any cliffs big enough to do that sort of thing in the UK.
Not big enough for Margaret's head.
And then you'd have to pick someone other than Prince Charles, King Charles. They'd probably put kings' heads there.
Wow.
Right.
Jake Spell says, flying through the valleys of Grand Canyon. My husband loved doing that at top speed. He was an instructor pilot for the US Air Force.
I'll be doing it soon. Yes, I'll do that.
In virtual reality, of course.
Yes, in VR. Yes. No
Yes,
one will
Foxy.
give me $1 million plane to play with.
Yes, Foxy has a channel.
Yes, he does.
No.
If you're not familiar with Foxy, he's very posh chap.
No, I haven't. What happens with my hair is, doesn't matter what dye I put on it, it goes dark. But where I use the straightener, then it goes lighter, and I use the straightener less at the back, And I think the lighting as well makes it look, but no. And it's different colour in the garden and a different colour in the kitchen.
Fiona used to have very curly hair, and she used to get it straightened by the hairdresser. It used to cost a fortune, but now that she's got these straighteners, it's brilliant. Saved a fortune in hairdressing.
It has, and it takes hours as well, and I hate having to go. I've got
Princess Carol. Hi, Princess Carol.
Susan Elkin as well.
Trevor is here. Trevor Colt, he's here. He's going to have Foxy on in the new year.
I can't wait to see that.
I'm sure everybody knows who Trevor is, but if you don't know who Trevor is, that's his book. He's an author, accomplished author. You can buy his book on Amazon. He's a very famous chap. Look him up, Google him. Moving on.
I'm feeling quite slow today. I'm really tired. Been tired all day. I've done the shopping, put the shopping away. Graham made a curry this morning.
I did.
He watched me do it last time, paid attention, and more or less got it right today. Did all right, first attempt. The onions were a bit chunky.
I had it all simmering in the pan, and then Trevor rang me up, and I was on the phone to Trevor for ages, and I forgot all about it, so it might have burned a bit. But Fiona saved the day.
I rescued it, yeah. But he got the basic principle, because it's actually quite a lot of work, isn't it? Is this person mentioned in your spy book, Queen Camilla's maternal great-grandmother, Alice Keppel? Do you know what? I skipped the Edward VII chapter. So I bet she is. That's one I'm going to go back and read. I just couldn't wait to get to Edward VIII and George VI. So I had skipped him out. And George V as well. I really enjoyed that one. Because George V was First World War, and I'm really into First World War. But yes, I'll have to go back, because Edward VII is one of my favourite monarchs. I like him very much. Do you like a hot curry? I hate curry personally. I'm not into curry at all, but Graham loves it.
Yes.
She met Prince Albert Edward in 1898 when he was 56 and she was 29. They stayed together for 12 years through his coronation as King Edward VII until his death in 1910.
Edward G, very clever chap, obviously. Yeah,
yes,
he knows his stuff.
He does.
Sure.
He comes on every night and very, he's obviously a historian who's probably listening to you and me destroying British history.
Getting it all wrong.
Dismantling it piece by piece, like something off Sesame Street. And he's obviously thought, I cannot bear this any longer. Oh, excellent. You got Trevor's book. Giving it to a friend who did 4 tours in Vietnam.
Yeah,
oh my God. Oh my God.
He still needs more reviews, by the way, on Amazon. He's just fallen out of the top 100 on Amazon. So if you wanted to buy it for anyone, another plug, Trevor.
I just saw it.
No, it is a good book, seriously. I've got it, I've read it. So it's a good one. It is. Foxy. Elaine.
I like Vietnamese. And Singapore as well, Chinese, that kind of thing. Chuck has been buying Alice's jewellery for Camilla. Well, Camilla has been wearing a lot of Mrs. Greville's jewellery. Mrs. Greville was the daughter of some guy who was, I think he sold beer or stout or something like that. And she was really good friends with Queen Mary and then the Queen Mother. And she died with, she didn't have any heirs, and she sent a box, quite an unassuming looking box, to Buckingham Palace, I suppose, or maybe Marlborough House, something like that. And inside it were all these fabulous jewels, and Camilla wears one of her tiaras, which is, I think they call it the honeycomb. It's quite a big one. Very nice diamonds. I always suspected that Mrs. Greville, being so good friends with Queen Mary, might have fenced a few pieces from Romanovs on the run, if you know what I mean. Because we went to see the crown jewels and they all look really quite, well, they look pretty until you see Queen Mary's. And they sparkle 10 times more. And even my daughter was, well, she was only about 14 at the time, 15. And she said, these ones are real. They make the others look fake. And I said, I suspect. Because Queen Elizabeth used to call her grandmother Mary's, Granny's chippings, because she used to like redesigning, which is another way of disguising very famous Romanov pieces and having them reset. And the Cambridge Lovers Knot is not actually the Cambridge Lovers Knot.
Isn't it?
No.
I thought it was.
No, the original one, I don't know what happened to that, but Queen Mary had a sort of a copy made, and that's what we call the Lovers Knot now, but it's actually nicer. Queen Mary obviously had a really good eye for design. I ordered Lady C's book on the Queen Mother, yes. Yes, like I say, bear with it the first couple of chapters because she's referring to their correct titles and everything, but you get into it and it revs up, it really does. Very good. I think Lady C next book will be more juicy. Well, I'm not sure which one she's writing next. I'll have to get the Princess Diana, the Princess No One Knew or something like that, and I'll have to get Meghan Markle, the one she did on her as well, definitely. I've been chopping my own hair off this evening. Yeah, I feel like doing that as well. Kathy, don't you think the whole royal family is so close-knit, committed to their individual causes, but fun too? Yep. I'm guessing they're not very different to a lot of families. I think 2023 has been great for them. Wallace just elevated them. Absolutely. Talk about a grenade going off in their own faces, her and Harry. Just think, it's not even been a year since Spare was released. That's catastrophic. Never mind catastrophic car chases. That's catastrophic, isn't it? That's really quite a feat. Weren't they splendid? I love those Russian jewels. Yes, one of them was. I mean, there's the Cambridge Emeralds as well, isn't there? One of the royal family back in the day won them in a raffle, and the Queen hangs them from the Vladimir tiara. So the emeralds, because you can have it with emeralds, pearls, or diamonds. A lot of jewellery's like that, where they can unhook pieces. But I'm pretty sure when she has the Vladimir tiara, which is like all the circles, I did like a copy of it out of shower curtain rings last Christmas. The green ones in it are, and I think that those Cambridge emeralds can also be hung in the Cambridge Lovers Knot. I haven't managed to find a photograph of it, but of course they could. Can you imagine if Catherine wore that? Watched Coronation Street last.
Coronation last night. We watched it last night as well.
Brilliant.
And they were sawing the crown. They were sawing slits in the crown to make it fit the new king and queen's head. I didn't know they did that. I thought they'd just padded it inside, but they do. They pad it inside and they cut the crown to size as well. So they make it bigger or smaller depending on how big the person's head is. I thought,
what I loved the most was the way they showcased all the individuals that put the effort in towards it. It really wasn't that much about Charles and Camilla or William and Catherine. It was about all of the people working together as a team. And they were just so proud to showcase and be a part of it. Isn't it a shame that Meghan kind of wasn't good enough for her? Wasn't good enough, was it? All those people slaving away, sewing, polishing jewels, presenting things, photography. It's not good enough.
Meghan couldn't make it to the coronation. She was too busy. She knocked the king back. She said, "You'll have to make it a week later. I'm busy that week."
Edward G. Where's he gone?
Being packed in a car park somewhere.
Queen Mary purchased 3 Fabergé Imperial Easter eggs, the basket of flowers egg, and the colonnade egg clock and mosaic egg. Did she? I didn't know that. I'll dare say, Edward, she bought a lot more than that as well. And then also, now I can't remember which. Do you know, I think it might have been the Cambridge Emeralds that MI5 had to go in and pretend to be servants or workmen in Russia to retrieve them. Was it those ones? They had to go in and retrieve something. I mean, I bet you they have got stacks and stacks and stacks of jewels. Did you hear Princess Anne saying that when they took the crown off the coffin, it was like, yes, she felt it was the transfer. You know, that's the
that's what it's symbolic of, isn't it? That's what it symbolises. It gets passed on to the next one.
I actually loved the parts of Princess Anne where she was explaining. So, I mean, you've never really heard the royal family talk so openly. And it was just lovely, the transparency of it, showing everybody how it works. I think Charles is a very different reign. I love the late Queen, but I think he's he's got off to a very good start, and I hope that it gets better. I'm sure it will get better and better. I wonder what they will come up with for, and I missed the rest of that.
I clicked on the wrong one.
Princess Catherine's birthday. Yeah, Catherine does seem to be the target, doesn't she? She really does seem to be the target, and it comes across, I think, to everybody. That is just pure insane jealousy. It's a bit like watching a panto, isn't it? Where you've got goodies and baddies, and we're all going, yeah, boo. It's just really.
I don't think Meghan would have got booed at the coronation because it was the King's Day. But if she was definitely doing it, if she was still a royal and they were doing ribbon cutting, I mean, yeah, they'd be getting booed everywhere they went, and eggs and milkshakes and.
There was, for those of you that didn't see The Crown season 6, there was reference to booing. Now, no one, I don't think anyone I'd never heard any mention the idea of booing until you. You were the first one, and it was the day that Yankee Wally's first channel came down.
Yes.
I woke Graham up, said, you'll never guess what, Wally's channel's disappeared. I didn't know Wally at this point. And I went to work, and by the time I got to work, Graham's uploaded a video about it, and he said, well, I think everyone should boo. If you're not allowed free speech, you could open a YouTube channel and everyone could have a video, and it could just be one video going, boo. And I remember that. And then everybody started to talk about the booing, and then the booing actually happened.
The royals hate to be booed. And my argument was, if you throw an egg at a member of the royal family, or you throw a milkshake over them, you can be prosecuted for assault. Remember the guy who threw eggs at the king? I mean, the police were on him, and they bound him up like a turkey at Christmas and carried him away with about 8 of them, carried him like a caterpillar. So, I mean, you can be prosecuted for assault if you throw eggs at the royals, but you can't be prosecuted for booing them. Or if you can, I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, you're voicing an opinion, aren't you? Boo. And if everybody boos, they get the message really fast. They're not popular. They're not welcome. We want them to go away. And I think that's the best thing you could do. Because
but it's not very dignified, is it? I mean, it is a bit childish.
They got booed at St Paul's, but they were ringing those bells trying to drown them out.
Rang those bells so
Boris
loud.
got booed louder than Meghan and Harry.
I don't think so.
He did. I was listening and watching.
I was listening to it all. Lady Hussey, yes, I mean, there are all kinds of vendettas going on with those two all the time. In fact, I get the impression people don't actually have to do anything to them to end up on a vendetta list. Meghan targets the wrong ones. If you want to sell coffee, target coffee makers. If you want to be a politician, target potential competitor. Absolutely. I've said this before. For example, I know not everybody's a fan of Piers Morgan, but a lot of people are. So when she attacks Piers, all of the people that may have liked her and Harry and Piers, she's just alienated them all. When she attacks British white people, all the British white people, she's alienated them automatically. When she has a go at Catherine has a big fan base. She's now alienated all. So that's what Meghan does. She goes around alienating huge swathes of the population until there's next to nothing left to like her.
David's here. Hi, David.
Hi, David. Good evening. Not at all. Oh, you missed that one. Orchid. So no problem. Had to pick up milkshakes and encountered a near catastrophic car chase in a bumper-to-bumper traffic. Oh, we know how that can be. Just ask Meghan. We all know how that can be. Talk about her over-exaggerating. I was watching a video the other day, and a guy said his channel was hit with PR bots when he did one on Yes. There have been quite a few YouTubers I've seen who have been having problems. I believe Ibble Dibble has been demonetized. POV has been demonetized. As we all know, Meghan's Mole was demonetized a while ago. And in each instance, I get the impression little to no explanation. So again, that's terrible for the YouTubers that's happened to, but also other YouTubers watching think, what was it they did? How do they know? How does anybody know what exactly it is YouTube doesn't like? It's a mystery, isn't it? Fiona, she sure knows how to alienate people. The problem with a sociopath is she doesn't know it. Yes, she doesn't know it. She's not self-aware. She doesn't understand what she's doing wrong. How can they say the UK is racist when on the day of their wedding there was a sea of white people? I know. And also on that Coronation documentary, you know, the gospel choir and all of the people from all over the place joining in. How can they, like the Commonwealth realms?
So you get a shout out on Trevor's channel there. Looking forward to seeing your live streams together. Yes, so are we. So that'll be monumental.
Very
And
much.
I think if you click on Foxy, you can see his channel and you can like and subscribe so you don't miss that one.
You're missing some.
Sorry.
Oh, hell point. Harkles need to. STFU, yes. Well, I mean, I think because this particular year started off, they really thought they were going to be on a winner, didn't they? Harry was about to release his book and all this Dr. Gabor and whatnot nonsense and
Karen
stuff.
Frederick.
Oops.
I know it jumps when you go to click on it and you click on someone else.
Parts of Texas is flat, but then it climbs in elevate. Right, okay. Because they cracked jokes on the young Sheldon, and they were cracking jokes about snow. They were trying to sell snow globes. So that's why we assume it doesn't snow in Texas. But
It does. It does.
Yes, apparently it does.
But it usually melts by the next day.
Sue YouTube.
It's untold.
Because I think it's a money thing they keep. Well, yeah. I think it's more than that. Or they could just have an algorithm bot where they say if the bot detects such and circumstances, demonetize or take it down. And because there are millions, well, probably hundreds of millions of YouTube channels, it could take forever or never happen for a YouTuber to even get anybody to listen or look into it. Are you a dime? You're still making content every day and does it across all genres? I think they turn people off and let them get turned back on and keep all the money from the ads. Yeah, they do keep the money from ads that they run. When they, like, if they demonetize someone, then remonetize them. I don't think they give them the money back from when they were penalized for whatever reason.
No.
Do you think RMM will be on the J list? RMM, Rachel Meghan Markle on the Jeffrey Epstein list? I don't know. Who knows who will be on that list? I was just going to say that, Fiona. So many people of colour were in the Coronation doc. Yeah. And people of colour have always been around the royal family. Oh, I went to Buckingham Palace garden party.
The royal family are definitely not racist.
Yeah.
Not at all. In fact, they're really reversed. They make a big fuss just to prove they're not.
Hi, Del. And yeah, when I went to the garden party, they had marquees and stuff with sandwiches. And then there was another marquee far away. And when the Queen and Philip turned up, they went down to this other tent and there were heads of Commonwealth and people in traditional costume. And that was clearly the hoi polloi tent. And we were just, you know, we were on the outskirts. We were, you know, nobody's, I suppose. Did someone say Bailey's? I bought a bottle the other day. Oh, goodness me, this is all skipping quite fast now. What did they do for Christmas Day? Who? What? Meghan and Harry? Don't know.
They were collecting hen's eggs from the chicken.
I have made my own Baileys. Yes, I think you can. I used to do Irish coffee. You know, you make a coffee and then you pour cream over the back of a spoon. So you get white at the
nice,
top.
That. I like that.
I was looking for glasses to do that.
Yeah.
I wonder how poor old Omid Scobie's feeling now. He was growing and full of himself, wasn't he?
Rachel's a dimwit.
Well,
Emmy's dim-witted.
Yeah. Do you know what? On that Oprah thing, because Meghan did the first bit on her own, I don't think Harry realised Meghan was going
Sorry about that. Did we go
just-
off for a moment? I clicked one of the side buttons on the mouse and everything disappeared. I went, no.
Charles close to the gospel choir. And do you know what? That gospel choir, what gentle music. Because I was expecting it to be traditional gospel and it wasn't at all. I thought that was lovely. Did you see that POV posted about what one of the sugars said about Princess Charlotte? No, I haven't. I haven't watched too much of any YouTubers, but someone told me about him. So I went to go and have a look to see if there was an explanation, and someone else told me about Ibble Dibble. So I went to go and watch her video, and she's really at a loss. She doesn't understand, because they said with her it was reusing content, like using someone else's music, and she doesn't do that. She's just giving her thoughts and opinions. So she is at a loss as to what that's all about.
Just quickly scrolling down.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't read any more books. Oh, goodness me, we're miles behind, aren't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely miles behind.
You're catching up, guys. I'm catching up.
Swathes of comments. Anne Cunningham's here as well. My question is, why did Harry take her back when she pestered him at Tom Inskip's wedding? Well, I mean, she could have said something like, I've missed my period. I'm not saying a word. Could have been something like, I saw the photographs. He looked really pissed off. She looked really pissed off. God knows what was going on there. Yeah, POV is all commentary. Well, he does, so do I swear. I really don't know. And I also think it depends who's on duty at YouTube. Who knows what goes on there. Hello, Elaine Bynes as well. You're the lady, I can't like or reply or anything on your comments. I don't know why. I always get there's an unknown error. Cheryl, supposedly Harry is now saying he was red with anger at Meghan's. I could see that at the time. When she did that fake curtsy thing, the way he sat there, and
they only did that in Cinderella films.
He sort of smiled, but he didn't like it. He really didn't like it. I could see what he was thinking was, I've given up everything for you. That's my entire life. That's my family, and you're taking the piss out of.
She's ruined his life.
Yes, that curtsy, that really did for her, didn't it? Pam Minsk as well. The wife using her power of getting her way on trying to get rid of YouTube channels she doesn't like. My opinion too, Pam, mine too. I wouldn't boo, I would just turn my back to the spares. Imagine if your uncle taught you to play rugby or your aunt taught you to ride. Fun day out. Hi, Moj. Oh, you're off, are you, Moj? Arsenal is playing, right? Moj is a big Arsenal fan. Good luck to Arsenal. Hope they win.
The Gunners.
Hope they kick the arses of whoever it is. As long as it's not Brighton Seagulls.
They've got a big new ground now, haven't they? Brighton Seagulls. I was amazed.
New ground. They've had it for 20 years.
Is it 20 years?
Yes. Crib.
Huge and blue and white.
No, but Brits make cursing sound so dignified. I don't know. Certain words, the F word and the C word, have a bit more of a bite and a cut to them, don't they? When certain accents say it. It's like you Northerners always say the word bastard far better.
Bastard.
That's right, yeah.
Bastard. They say it down the south. Bastard. I mean, we shouldn't be swearing.
No, I think. Oh, on Oprah, yeah, I think he'd said to her, don't say all that skin colour stuff, because when he turned up and Oprah asked him, he went, that's a conversation I'm never going to divulge. I don't want to discuss it. And Oprah pushed him for that, and I could see he was irritated that Meghan had done that. I bet you they've had some tasty old marital rows behind the scenes. I could just imagine it. I think Brighton football team has been around for a good long time, as far as I'm certain. Yes, it has, Foxy.
I remember their football ground, Foxy, on Sackville Road, at the top of Sackville Road, just in front of the side of the railway.
So do I, because I lived on Sackville Road. What a joy that was every Saturday. Couldn't get my car anywhere near where I lived because the police closed all the roads off.
We remember all the hooligans coming down on the train and smashing all the beats up on the seafront.
Tottenham Hotspurs.
Or was it Tottenham?
Yeah. I don't think it's the cursing. I watched Combat Friends. Nothing, I wasn't, but they were, and I watched Gamers. Yeah, I don't think it's cursing. I think it's Madam and her little minions and little henchmen. That's what I think it is. Actually, I mean, it's Christopher Boozy made any comment about her. Let's not forget Christopher Boozy featured on their Netflix docu-series of which they had full editorial control. Let me have a look and see. I don't think he has. I think he's just political now, isn't he? He's like he's pretending that he was never anything to do with it. Oh my God, Tim. Oh, see, that's the thing I accidentally sent people today. And Timbo's done a rendition of I don't know what.
His Majesty's on, so he's in and out.
Good evening, Your Majesty. How's things in Sandringham?
He said the champagne's too warm, and the lobster just doesn't taste right with the champagne not being chilled enough. He's not very happy.
No, Boozy just seems to be going on about his spout table thing, and politics and stuff. He's still going to kick Elon's arse, apparently. That's his claim to fame. We got our New Year's Eve champagne. I don't know if we should do the live later on New Year's Eve, you know?
What day are we going to do the last Christmas live?
On the 31st of December.
Is it the 31st, or we'll do the last one on New Year's Day? Or
well, if we do it at the tick over, then everybody's here.
People will be busy doing their own thing at midnight,
different times.
Mind you, there are different times.
Yes, I'll show you our champagne we get here. We just went, is it Lidl or Aldi we shop at? I always forget.
Lidl, I think.
Lidl. $2.99.
We do both. We do Lidl and Aldi. They've got different. They're very similar. But we got, I think, what did we spend? €120 tonight.
Yeah, and we got
the shopping trolley was full.
This.
You know, it's really good value.
Oh, right.
This is Spanish champagne. It's called
this is actually the vintage. I pushed the boat out and got the vintage. So the normal stuff is $2.49, and this was at 2.99 cents, not pounds.
And you think about it compared to a bottle of beer. The bottle of beer is €1.50. So you think, well, you're paying an extra euro for a bottle of champagne, and it's not proper champagne from France, but it's just as good. Sparkling wine, it's the spot. It's really good. I love it. I would much rather have 20 bottles of that than one bottle of champagne.
It's Aristel, Susan. Aristel, and it's a brew, and that's a vintage. I don't know what year. Vintage
I shall have a look, darling. You deal with the mouse, and I'll tell you.
But it's
Producto de España.
He knew he messed
made in Spain.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, he's got so much pride he won't admit. Did you remember when they left Megxit and he gave that speech and he said, she's still the woman I married. Remember that? So someone must have said to him, she was pretending to be somebody else. That's how she bagged you, mate, to provoke him to say, she's still the woman I married. No, Gibraltar has pounds, but we have euros this side of the border.
You can spend euros in Gibraltar, but they won't give you a very good exchange rate.
Exactly, Foxy. It's nice on New Year's Eve and special occasions, but it's a bit acidic to drink.
11.5%. Okay. And
I agree.
Cork popping, the lot. You know, it's good stuff. It's well worth drinking for sure. Yeah, I can live without mums.
Well, champagne is sparkling wine.
And
it's just made in the region of Champagne. Hang on, Graham. We've got to get this clear. A lot of people think champagne is a drink. It's not. It's sparkling wine made from the region of Champagne. It's just that it's become well-known as a well-known fizzy drink.
Yes.
Because of that area.
But if you make sparkling wine somewhere else, you can't call it champagne.
No.
Unless it's come
And
from.
I have my own theories as to why the French wines are so much more famous than the Spanish. I believe it's because in olden days, before cars, when they had horses and carts, and speaking as someone who's driven across the Pyrenees many times in a car, oh my God, you wouldn't want to do that journey in a horse and cart. So there's a barrier between Spain and France. So in olden days, would have made it virtually impossible for the Spanish peasants or farmers to easily ship, whereas the French, the other side, they've got the Channel and they've got the rest of the continent.
And it's much closer to the UK, and the UK drink gallons of it.
And Germany and
all Chandon and all that.
Russia and
but
stuff.
You're just paying more money because it's proper champagne.
But our sparkling wine in Spain is better, in my opinion, than the stuff in Champagne because they use the water from the snow when it melts from the Pyrenees. In fact, we've got a very famous, I can't think what it's called, Rioja.
Right.
That's a really expensive one.
Is it?
Not here, it isn't. We can get that for a couple of euros, but it's very expensive everywhere else.
It's very cheap here.
So yeah, I mean, it all tastes the same.
Once you've had a few, you don't care, do you?
We were giggling actually about whiskies and our cheap whiskey. You know, we got that decanter and we bought a €4 bottle of whiskey, put it in, and we've hardly touched it. We're not whiskey drinkers, but my sister gave us a bottle of Glenfiddich as a wedding present, and we drank it. And Graham and I said, can't tell difference. So we bought a cheap bottle of Queen Margot and put it in the Glenfiddich bottle, put the lid on, put it back in the box, and he said, I'll give that to my brother he doesn't subscribe or watch this channel, so I'll never know. Or maybe he will. Graham said, we'll give him that. But Graham said, I'll open it so he won't notice there's no crack. So Graham poured him some, and he tasted it. He went, oh, you can tell that's the good stuff. And we were giggling, and he kept it in the cupboard. And every time we went up, he'd go, oh, do you want a bit of Glenfiddich? I'm going, no, you're right, mate. No. You keep that all for yourself.
Yeah, very cool. But you feel ashamed to throw the box away, don't you? Because it comes in such nice packaging. So I just
got this orange juice is lovely.
Yeah,
that was €1.50 a litre, and I complained, but it's well worth it.
Katie looked like Alison. Well, they used to do that, didn't they, in Cinderella film? Oh, Majesty! Giving her all this with the hanky. Nobody does that. You just do that, don't you? Give them a nod when they go in.
Like in the slipper and rose.
I miss Trevor's YouTube, but he's still there on YouTube. He's there today. The chalky soil of Champagne is what makes it. I love a good cava. Yeah, I mean the grapes. Each season, the grapes when they come out, you know, they have grape tasting, and all the connoisseurs are there tasting the grapes, and they pick all the best grapes for the best champagne and wines and things, and then the ones that are mediocre go in all the cheap wine.
I like the ones when we stayed in Champagne, because we got stuck there in a fuel strike in the year 2000.
We did.
And
it was cheap in Champagne.
Very cheap, very cheap. And we got one called Monty something or other, and it tasted like kids' apple juice. And I really like that one. You know, I like Baby Sham. Who remembers Baby Sham?
I remember Baby.
I love it. Little Bambi on it.
Jumping round.
And it danced around the top of a champagne glass.
I remember that, yeah. What happened to Baby Sham?
I don't know, but I love that stuff. I love it. Jimbo. What's Jimbo's name? Jimbo. Yeah. Well, I think people have tried to give Megan a good talking to. And I don't think it has. She doesn't listen, doesn't make any difference. The only way Megan's going to discover is when Megan has finally destroyed herself. Oh, drinking Pinot Noir right now. Very nice. My uncle worked in the pub trade. They often swapped supermarket brand spirits for expensive ones. Exactly. I worked in a pub. They did the same thing. Well, they used to send someone across the channel. I won't say which pub it was. I don't want to get them into trouble, but they had someone with a van who went and got a load of French booze.
Cheap booze, yeah.
And my boss would filter it all into the White Horse and the whatever it's called, you know, all the name brand ones. French were something Spanish wine in tankers and bottling it as French wine. Right, yeah.
I suppose unless you get a real wine connoisseur who knows his stuff or her stuff.
I agree.
You've got the nose and everything. They'll never suss it out, will they?
I don't like.
Most people just drink.
Don't like it too sweet. I like the dry route. Oh, we're behind on the comments again. I used to have a cocktail and a Baby Sham mixed in. Oh, really? Baby Sham and brandy. Well, I bought my daughter this cocktail set. Her and her boyfriend are really into it, and a cocktail book.
Snowball, remember Snowball?
Yeah, but that's Advocar, isn't it?
Advocar and lemonade, I think.
Rachel would be sitting in a cardboard box. Well, I mean, let's say she ended up on the streets homeless, it'd be somebody else's fault. There'd be a sob story. Hello,
Lady
Jane. I love clear, organic bottle of white wine. It comes from Spain and Italy. plus no hangover. Well, I suppose it depends how much you drink, doesn't it? Hi, Petra.
Yeah, I've had a few hangovers in Spain.
I don't suffer with hangovers, luckily.
You wake up in the morning, you're still drunk, you think.
The whiskey capital, as we say. I don't like the taste of whiskey, but I love touring whiskey makers. There's a gin maker in Gibraltar. You can go in and they give you all. I've met people who've been on that tour and they're rat-ass by the time they come out.
They actually make gin in Gib, don't they?
15 quid and worth every penny, so they say. He'd have a light and bitter and I'd have a baby sham for 5 shillings and a penny. Oh my word.
Stephen Magnus says
Baby sham disappeared for a while, but it's back on it. Not down here, it isn't, and I'd love baby sham. We'll start a baby sham movement.
What is eggnog?
Yes, what is eggnog, guys?
It's snowball.
You had a baby sham with Christmas
Snowball,
dinner.
it's the same thing, isn't it? Eggnog.
A couple of cherry peas. Cherry brandy, I remember the advert. Do you remember the cherry brandy advert? And those
No.
liqueurs, chocolate liqueurs you get at Christmas, when you bite into them, there's like a load of booze in the middle.
I've got Spanish after eights, look.
Yes.
They're £1.50. Don't know how many's in a box, but look, they're not.
Oh, you're one of those who puts the empty packets back in, are you?
No.
Teresa Bennett. I just drink Coke or coffee. I've actually had Coke tonight, orange juice, tea. I'm starting to feel it's all like swishing around down there like a washing machine. Hi, Callie. Gillian. Can't beat a rosé pinotage. Oh, I haven't heard of one of them. You guys are all posh.
Connoisseurs. Not like us.
Not at all, Karen. Great to see you. Right, we've called. Oh no, we haven't
Eggnog's
called her.
horrible, Wheezy says.
Did our late queen wear mystic? No, I think all her clothes were made for her by her own personal dressmaker, who was Angela Kelly in the latter years, but she had others as well. Moya, they wouldn't have had her at the Mustang Ranch. Eggnog is yummy. You can find recipes online.
I'm sure it's the same as snowball.
Fresh nutmeg is key. Right, okay. Hi, Daisy. Eggnog is made from brandy and egg yolks. Right, okay. What, you whisk it up or something? Whipped raw eggs
I don't know.
and milk. Spike it with sliced rum.
Jack Daniels.
I'm going to have to try that, definitely. Bottled Guinness is best. Yes, I agree. My great aunt used to have a bottle of Guinness, little one, and cheese and crackers at 11 o'clock in the morning every day. She swore by it, and she was a nurse in the trenches. She reckoned it was
How
really...
old was she when she died?
Oh, about 84. That she died in about 73, 74, so... Well, she died... We can work it out, probably. I think, maybe. My gran
must have been very little then.
My gran was born in 1904 and Nellie was 13 years older than her.
Wow. So 1890, so
1890.
89, yeah.
And she died when I was 4, 1974.
91.
So she would have been at 84. Same age as when my mum died. Even gin is cheaper in Spain, yes.
Everything's cheaper in Spain.
Maxons or pale ale. Yes, I've never been an ale specialist. I should be because I worked in a pub where that was very much their speciality. One baby sham, I'm pissed. One baby sham? Really?
Oh,
Baby sham is... Oh, she started to be in the face of baby sham. I'll never drink it again. Can you imagine her and Bambi?
make you feel sick, wouldn't it?
No, she'd be more of a... I don't know what kind
Red
of...
wine or gin for me. Look, I hate it. Annie. Oh, was it Annie?
I don't know.
No, Mad Papa.
My papa was...
Up. See, you keep criticising me for going up, but the comments come in so fast. There you go. Red wine or gin for me. No milk.
No milk.
Booze.
Get that damn milk away from me. Who remembers the joy of saving up to buy your favourite single, then playing it over and over? I was never really into music, but my sister did that.
I remember that.
In fact,
My first single was Slade, Merry Christmas, when it came out. It must have been 73, 2, I'm guessing. I can't remember exactly. And we had one of these little. It wasn't wind up, but I mean, you have to put it's going round and round, and you put the needle on it, and it goes.
We had a
And it
record
starts
player,
playing.
but we had a tape recorder as well. And we had the long drive up to Scotland every summer for our holidays. My father liked to play the McDonald Sisters relentlessly. And then my sister got into like musical music. She got the whole thing on tape of Annie. So we had that on a loop one Scottish holiday. And I just thought, come back, the McDonald Sisters, all is forgiven. And then the next year she got Yentl, you know, Barbara Streisand, which is really nice Yiddish music. The first or second time you've listened to the whole lot. But by the 15th time, I was thinking Annie or McDonald Sisters. My God, just something, anything. This is torture. Yeah, my sister would play things over and over and over.
I remember 78s. My mum and dad had loads of 78s.
Yeah.
You know, all like Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. Probably worth fortune these days. But and when you drop them and smash them, they smashed like a plate all over the floor. There was little bits of, it was like made of clay, wasn't it, or something like that. Like, no, really heavy record. Like, no.
Yes, Baby Sham is a Perry. It's a pair bass, isn't it? The Queen's favourite booze was Dubonnet, I think.
Trevor, the
Dubonnet and
first single was Erasure. Showing your age now, Trevor, you're only a boy.
I'll tell you the one drink I cannot stand, and it was always the one that I was drawn to in the drinks cabinet when the adults weren't looking, because it was bright red. But you get a lid full of it and go, oh, what the hell is that? And that's Campari.
Oh,
I just never have been able to drink
yeah,
it.
that was horrible.
But it looked so
You'd always-
pretty, didn't it?
When
It was
your dad
like-
was out, we'd always go in the drinks cupboard and you pour some into the cap, don't you? You taste a bit of whiskey, taste a bit of vodka, bit of this, bit of that, and you get to Campari and you're like, oh, I feel sick. I don't want that again. Ugh, that's horrible.
Gin and Dubonnet, thank you. And Philip liked a rhubarb gin that they made on one of the estates. I can't remember which one, could have been Sandringham. In fact, Sandringham's got a shop, guys, that ship all over the world. They've got all kinds of products. You can buy Sandringham products and they're not particularly expensive.
I went through a phase of doing the vodka martini, like James Bond. I thought, well, it's all right for him, I'll try it. You don't have to get rat ass really quick.
Yes, pretty late. Well, it's rocket fuel, isn't it? It's
Yeah. It tastes all right, though.
It's either gin and vermouth
Until
or
you pass
vodka
out.
and vermouth. In fact, vermouth is a great drink. When I worked in the off license, I was top sales rep, and I would have people coming in saying, I'm really skint and I'm having a dinner party. What can I get that's going to get everyone a bit tipsy? And I'd think, if you want something cheap and strong, vermouth. It's about £4 a bottle, and it's getting on for whiskey strength. And they'd be like, what the hell is vermouth? I'm like, that's how you make a martini. You mix it with gin or vodka if you want to go really crazy, and then your guests will be absolutely smashed. Yes, James Bond's diet and lifestyle wasn't very realistic or practical, was it?
No, but how many people have tried?
I've never had
How many
that.
people have tried vodka martini just because Bond had it? I know I did. And I thought, yeah, I like that. That's nice. I'll have another one. Like, whoa.
I'll tell you what one of my favourites is. Bloody Mary.
Oh, that with Worcester sauce. And then you put Worcester sauce in there.
We do that sometimes in the summer. I get a silver tray with all salt, pepper, lemon juice, Worcester sauce, Tabasco and everything, and some jug of tomato juice and a ton of ice and vodka. We used to have Bloody Mary evenings.
There's a question. Who is POV?
POV is a YouTuber, young man, dark hair, American. I think American. Well, could be Canadian because I can't tell the difference. And he does commentary on Meghan and Harry. He does call Meghan and Harry morons frequently. But I mean, is that a crime if he thinks they're morons?
Yeah, but Americans and Canadians have been going, you can tell the difference between Canadians and Americans? God
Oh, I
damn.
can't. I'm ignorant. What is a Manhattan, guys? What's a Manhattan? How do you make a Manhattan? I've heard of that cocktail so many times, especially in the old Hollywood movies. They'd say, what are you going to drink? I'll have a Manhattan. What is a Manhattan? In our day, tequila was for the night. Yeah, my daughter bought a bottle of tequila for one of the recipes, and I said to her, is there a worm in the bottom? And she went, no, why? I said, there should be, shouldn't there? And then you eat the worm at the end. It's a brunch drink. When I get to a certain age, I'm going to remember that one and think, sod it,
Thank you, Foxy.
I'm having a Bloody Mary for brunch. It's a health drink, isn't it, with alcohol, because the tomato juice and Tabasco and Worcester sauce is so good for you, with just a little bit of vodka or gin in it. In fact, gazpacho would be quite nice with vodka. Oh, you like tequila when you're playing the machines in Vegas. Don't go up, Graham, or we'll miss.
Well, I'm missing comments. I need to go.
Oh, 1 part whiskey.
Snake
Here,
bite.
Manhattan, nutmeg.
So not. Yeah. Okay.
1 part whiskey, half part vermouth. I think that's called. Oh, okay. So a Manhattan is like a martini,
Whiskey and
but
martini.
it's basically whiskey and vermouth. Whereas it's a
vodka,
red,
not a vodka martini.
a red
it's a whiskey
drink with
martini.
vermouth. Right, yeah, because vermouth is a good mixer. It's a
Yeah.
strong old mixer, actually, isn't it? Very strong. Oh, I'll have to write all these tips down. My daughter's just bang into cocktails. I was into cocktails. I had a little ice crusher as well, so I could make like snow.
Oh, quite a few women I've known have been turned into loonies on diamond white.
Yeah, all right, let's not go there, Graham. We know of 1 or 2. Like the diamond white.
Deadly, deadly.
Canadian here. Big difference, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
but if
really
you're Canadian or
sorry.
American, you know the difference. But towards English, you all sound like Americans. I'm sorry.
Or you all sound like Canadians, because my family's from Canada. Well, Ukraine and then Canada. Samantha lied, said she was 17 when Meghan Markle was born, then changed it to 13. Meghan Markle said she had her first kiss at 13 with a guy who was 13. He's now 46. I've seen that, Del. I have seen all of that. Do you know there's an awful lot that doesn't add up, isn't there?
Can I say something? Did you know Captain Kirk, William Shatner, was a Canadian,
No.
Ukrainian?
No,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, seen that on his. I thought he was an American.
My cousin Don is, he was born in Ukraine.
Yeah, but he married your cousin Val, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you're not actually related to him.
No, but they're the
Yeah.
only people I know in Canada. And they've been married for, well, he's dead now, but they were married for 70 years.
Mm.
So we did consider him family. I mean, you could always be standoffish, Graham. Say, well, you're not exactly
Loads
related.
of Ukrainians came to Britain, and a lot of them went to the States and Canada after the war.
What?
Stop the communists from killing them, wasn't it?
Put bacon in your Bloody Mary.
What, raw or cooked?
And a sausage. Be like the full Monty with vodka, wouldn't
It
it?
was the guy, the Australian cultural attaché. The same,
Yeah, Dame Edna Beverage.
the same guy that did Dame Edna. He was Les Patterson. He'd
Yes,
be there,
that
he'd be
he
there
was
laughing
brilliant.
and joking. He'd pull a sausage out and give
Oh,
a
yeah. Small sherry glasses. Yes, they were like shaped like that, weren't they? Little sherry glasses. My dad used to say to us, do you want a sherry or a ginger wine? Or if we were feeling very risque, a whiskey mac, which is half whiskey and half ginger wine. And I used to love ginger wine. I said, I couldn't touch it now because it's too sweet.
My dad used to fob us off when we were kids. He said, would you like a whiskey? And we'd go,
Oh, did you
Yeah,
get ginger ale?
ginger ale, yeah. I thought, I really like, come on, another whiskey, Dad. They were great, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, Ken, I'm a big one. Yeah,
I
great.
love ginger ale. I love ginger ale. We had quite a lot of that. Harvey Wallbangers. Yes, now what is a Harvey Wallbanger? That's another one. And streetcar. Oh, we'll have to have cocktail night, New Year's Eve. Won't we? We'll have to make some cocktails.
We will.
If we can figure out what the hell we're doing. If you spam the chat, I'll remove you. Is that Foxy you're talking to?
No.
Foxy replies to everybody. When I was in my 20s, I thought I was so cool. Sex on the beach, and it was disgustingly sweet. I've had that one as well. Yeah, and a lot of my friends, when we were underage drinking, being allowed into nightclubs that we should have been, a lot of them used to drink Pernod and Black, which I thought was disgusting. I don't like licoricey. Today is so bloody ducking spring weather. I can't open my windows because of my beautiful Christmas lights. No snow or cold weather, so I had to put on my air conditioning. Oh wow!
Not cold.
So in the UK, you guys have had a storm. I see tornadoes.
Canadian here. I'll take your Prime Minister over our Prime Minister, hands down.
Oh, have you still got is it Justin Trudeau?
I hear he's very unpopular.
Well, he throws everybody's bank accounts for daring to disagree with him. I mean,
what's the chances? How come Trevor's not a moderator?
He should be. We'll click on him and make him one.
I thought he was.
No, you can only put him on a timeout, and that I'll have to do it on YouTube itself. Anyway, you carry on.
Anyway, carry on. Sorry, Trevor. I thought you were already.
I thought so.
It was an accident. So was Princess Diana.
Don't get
Lady Jane, as long as you like it, that's what matters. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Somebody with lies at her age.
Right. Yeah.
Some people are just liars, aren't they? I mean, everybody stretches the truth from time to time, but to just lie for no reason.
He is a moderator.
No reason at all. Well, it's not showing up here as a moderator.
It won't.
Oh, you are a moderator, Trevor. Okay, sorted. It's just because we're in StreamYard, it's not showing on this. Me and technology, I'm afraid.
Moscow Mule, yes, that's another good one.
Is that just pure vodka?
No, my sister used to drink it. I can't remember.
Stonker. You remember Stonker? Oh, awful stuff. We spilled some on the. We were having shots and spilled some on the table, and it took the varnish off.
Oh, that was Stonker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was from.
It was like 80% vodka.
Estonia.
Yeah.
Mud shake.
They drink it there to stay alive, apparently, in the cold weather.
I don't think you've done anything wrong, Foxy. They're probably just teasing you and having a giggle. There's Mixology completion on Netflix. Yes, we will. We'll have to watch that. Yes, we'll have to dress up, make the effort on New Year's Eve, and see if we can mix up some cocktails. And all of you guys have got to mix up your favourite cocktail. And I used to like getting a saucer with lemon juice in it, and you turn the glass upside down, dip it in the lemon juice, and then you have another saucer with sugar in it, and you dip it in that. So you've got like crystals around the top. I was really into this sort of stuff.
Didn't you get grenadine at one time and make all different colours coming up the glass?
Too many pebbles in Brighton. I know,
Yes.
and I used to think that pebbles in Brighton Beach were natural. I had no idea that the council put them there. Sidecar, cognac, orange liqueur, plus lemon juice. Okay. Should do, yeah.
We're coming up to 58 minutes. So
We're going to be.
another couple of minutes, chaps.
Someone say Harvey Wall. I'll have to look up some of these drinks for tomorrow night. Do Harvey Wall bangers have drambuie? I don't know, but I know that a rusty nail is half whiskey, half drambuie, if that's any help.
She used to be a barmaid.
Yes, but I was never
She knows a lot.
cocktail expert, but I've done the odd one.
You can pull a pint.
Yes, I think you're right there, Elizabeth. He is very unlike. Well, he's unlike the Canadians I remember when I was there. To make flirtinis in a jug, 1 bottle of cava, tick. As much vodka as you like, topped up with pineapple juice and lots of ice. Ooh.
Beautiful but dangerous.
Vodka, pineapple, and champagne. Yes. And another champagne cocktails, they're a whole other thing of their own, aren't they? Like you can put a little bit of brandy in the bottom of a champagne glass, a pinch of brown sugar or something, and then top it up with champagne. And that I've done that to people and said, "Oh, try that," and they've gone off out of their mind on one glass.
Really?
Yes, there was a particular party years ago, if you recall.
Oh, yes. That's why
It wasn't me.
That's why I had to drive out.
It wasn't me. I was as sober as a judge, but there was someone there that we really didn't like who insisted on having champagne cocktails and stuff.
To Brighton.
Yes, I remember that.
And I got invited into
don't.
a hotel room, and I really didn't want to do it.
And did you or not? Because it makes it sound like you did.
No, I didn't. No.
Right, I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight, guys. Same time, same place tomorrow. Thank you all very, very much for joining us, and thank you, Trevor, Rhea, and Jodie, for all the moderating, and everybody else. So get out your cocktails. I mean, it's brought back memories for me now. The world's our oyster. I've got so many ideas.
Yes, Foxy's done nothing wrong. We're looking forward to the big one, Trevor and Foxy live on Trevor's channel. You'll have to ask Trevor when that's going to happen, because I don't know, but we're all looking forward to that.
We really are.
And there are rumours afoot that Foxy's a member of the British aristocracy, to which he denies emphatically. But I'll let you make up your own mind. Don't forget to check out Foxy's channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Foxy's channel.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks very much, everybody. Good night, and may your God go with you.